Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to cut right through all the noise and break down what the real impact of AI is on programming jobs. And this is all based on some really great insights from industry veterans.
So let's just get right to it. The big question that's on every developer's mind is AI going to take my job? It's a fear you see everywhere, and it's honestly great for selling new products. But as we're about to see, it's just not the reality of what's happening in the industry.
You know, this fear of being replaced, it's really nothing new. Every single time a major productivity tool has come along, from page builders to code editors, we've heard these predictions that developer jobs are about to disappear. And yet, here we are. Developer jobs are still very much in demand.
So the takeaway here is pretty simple. AI is here to stay. This is not some fad you can just put your head in the sand and ignore. So trying to resist it, that's not really an option. The key, really, is to understand its actual role in our work and figure out how we can leverage it.
Okay, to really wrap our heads around this shift, let's look at it through a really powerful analogy that can completely reframe how we think about AI in the world of programming.
Just think of AI as the raw material. That's it. It gives you the cloth, a huge, high-quality bolt of fabric, just sitting there ready to be used.
But here's the thing about raw material. By itself, it's not all that useful. I mean, you can't just wrap yourself in a giant roll of fabric and call it a suit, right? At this stage, it's pure potential.
And this is where the most important part of the whole equation comes in. You, the developer, you're the skilled tailor. You're the one with the craftsmanship to take that raw material and transform it into something truly valuable, something functional, a perfectly tailored suit.
See, your value isn't in the manual labor, the stitching of every single line of code by hand. Your real craft is about building applications, solving complex business problems, and having a deep understanding of system architecture. AI is there to handle the tedious stitching so that you can focus on the actual design.
So let's explore how this is already happening, because AI isn't some sudden revolution that just wipes the slate clean. It's actually the next logical evolution of the tools we've been using for years.
We have always embraced tools that speed up the tedious parts of our job. I mean, think about it. First, we got auto-closing brackets. Then we got boilerplate snippets, where you type RFC and boom, a React component appears. AI-powered tab completion is just the next step on that exact same path.
So what this really means is our focus is shifting up the value chain. We're moving away from worrying about basic syntax, boilerplate code, and writing every single line from scratch. The new focus is on architecture, business logic, and high-level system design. We're designing the Lego blocks, not just manufacturing each individual brick.
So, how should you adapt your learning to actually thrive in this new reality? Well, it's not about abandoning the fundamentals, not at all, but there is a new playbook for getting up to speed.
This right here is a really practical learning roadmap. And notice that first phase, the first 1 to 3 months, it's a no AI zone. This is where you have to build a deep understanding of the fundamentals without any help. Only after that foundation is solid do you move into the AI-assisted phase and really embrace the tools to supercharge your speed. Eventually, you can even shift to agent-driven development, focusing almost entirely on the architecture.
And remember, the goal was never just to write perfect syntax. Your core job is and always has been to build applications. AI tools simply help you get to that higher level, more important task faster and more efficiently.
Ultimately, when you boil it all down, all of this leads to a fundamental choice that every developer is going to have to make. This quote just perfectly captures the situation. Congratulations, you've been automatically promoted. The entire industry is moving up a layer of abstraction, so your role has effectively been elevated from code writer to system architect, whether you were ready for it or not. And that means you now have to justify that promotion. Your job is to focus on the things AI can't do alone, understanding the system-wide impact of a change, grasping complex architecture and scalability, and knowing the critical difference between concepts like authentication and authorization.
And this brings us right back to our analogy and the choice that's in front of you. AI is providing the cloth. The question is, are you going to step up and be the skilled tailor who shapes it into something amazing, or are you going to risk becoming just another piece of the raw material? The choice is yours.